Happy Saturday. What's up, D-Nice, Nikki, Tyrana, Wendy, Julissa, Matthew, Angela, Chameleon UK, what is up? How's everyone doing? Giggles, what's up, Tammy? What is up, Bernadette? I don't know why my voice is cracking. Nikki! Fuzz, what is up? Daniel! How's everyone's Saturday night going? Seti, what's up? Brandon, thank you for that super chat. Hearts for Brandon. Heather, whatever, what is up? Don't ask me why my voice is cracking today. Mike Fisher, what is up? Shelly, thank you for the super chat. Hearts for Shelly. I don't know why my voice is cracking today. It's probably because I kind of took a short nap before the stream. Be a stoned. Hearts for Shelly and Brandon, guys. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are awesome. Aaron Cooper, what is up? Cheryl, what is up? Matthew with the raid. Gunner Girl, what is up? D Nice, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Hearts for D Nice. Welcome, Fuzz, Cheryl, Leslie, Clout, Trout, Mistress, Meg, what is up? To the Wolf Pack, hearts for D Nice and all the new members of the Wolf Pack. Thank you, D Nice, and welcome new members. I feel like this is too far. Tyrana, thank you for the super sticker with the fitness pair. Hearts for Tyrana and Shelly. Thank you for being a member of the Wolf Pack for 3 months. Hearts for Shelly as well. Snakes and doggies. Sometimes he does. Chameleon, last hour at work. That's always the best, and it's always the slowest. It depends on if you're super busy, though. If you're super busy, Julissa. I hate the last hour of work, especially if you're bored and you just want to go home. That's like the worst. Delea Lux, thank you for the super chat. I recommend the peppermint mocha at Starbucks. Ooh, I'll have to try that. Hearts for Delea Lux, guys. Thank you. I'll have to try that one. Thank you, Heather Whatever, for your PayPal. Happy ghostly Thanksgiving. Thank you, Heather Whatever. Hearts for Heather Whatever as well. How was your guys' Thanksgiving? Mine was cool. Tim Rocket apparently does not like Starbucks. Lately I've actually been making my own coffee. Lisa Boo, thank you for being a member of the Wolf Pack for 7 months. Hearts for Lisa Boo as well. Such a wonderful community. Love you, Lisa and all. Thank you, Lisa Boo. Chameleon UK goes boycott Starbucks. I go to Starbucks every once in a while. I used to go a lot, but then now I'm kind of making my own. So I just go every once in a while when I need a extra coffee during the day. Seti goes, Thanksgiving was okay. Stephanie likes Stephanie loves the peppermint mocha, but it's like 45 grams of sugar, so I get 1 pump of each sugary sweetener thing. Each is 5 grams for 1 pump, which is still a lot, but then it's at least 10 grams of sugar. That's why I usually just get Starbucks as a treat. I don't get it too often. Matthew goes, "Coffee is better at home." It is actually, because then you can make it the way you want it. Joanne is asking, "Did I have a good Thanksgiving?" I did have a great Thanksgiving. Daniel goes, "I stopped buying coffee at Starbucks about 5 years ago." Sadi hasn't gone in like 10. Shelly had a Thanksgiving lasagna. Hey, that's cool. D Nice gets a cold brew from Sprouts and I'm drinking it with pumpkin spice almond milk, no sugar. Cool. I get the Stokes cold brew. And then I found this it's an oat coffee creamer, the Planet Oat creamer, and I like the coffee cake and the gingerbread. Gunner Girl is dog sitting while my son and daughter-in-law are in their baby moon. That is so cool. Tim Racket goes, "A lot of folks probably doesn't like mine either. Whole bean, 100% Colombian peaks, medium roast, medium strength at home." Nothing wrong with that, Tim Rocket. Fuzz goes, "I drink my coffee black, so I drink Bustellos." I don't like black coffee. I've tried it. Heather Whatever goes, "My oven broke thankfully after Thanksgiving." Oh, thankfully. Skeleduck is also somewhere in the room, guys. Stephanie, I actually prefer like if I was gonna drink it milk wise, I prefer the almond coconut, but this creamer is actually pretty cool. Good, but sorry you can't drink oat. The oat milk Sadi, I don't really like too much, but I do like this coffee creamer. So Daniel, actually it's more than that. The ones I get are like $5, $6. Wendy did an Italian Thanksgiving, ricotta stuffed shells and lasagna meatballs and sausage. Hey, that sounds cool. Nothing wrong with that. Still a great dinner. Heather Wetter makes herself drink bulletproof coffee. Cabillion UK. I hate when that happens, Stephanie, because there's a few things I can't eat because it messes with my stomach as well. Diane makes a cinnamon iced coffee. That sounds good. Tim Rocket likes the powdered creamer. Nothing wrong with that. Same here, Shelly. I can't have black coffee, but nothing wrong with black coffee. Nothing wrong. Bernadette sees my little Raggedy Ann doll. Hecka, what's up? I know snakes and doggies. I know, trust me. That's why I don't go as often anymore. I know some people that go every day. Oh, Matthew, I heard of that one. The Army of Darkness coffee from Bones Coffee Company. They also have I've tried their coffee. It's pretty good actually. Bernadette doesn't like coffee but likes the smell of it. Sari spotted the Skeleduck, and I will mention his location at the end of the stream. Just remind me. D Nice goes, "Would you consider getting a timeout doll now? They're pricey." Maybe. I'll probably make it goth though, with long black hair. They'll kind of look like Wednesday. Since I have a thing, wouldn't it be cool to get a timeout doll with Wednesday? But that would be super cool. Shelly's favorite kind of coffee is the Sumatra. I've never tried that one, but I've seen it. We haven't. I don't even know where he put it, Cheryl. I gotta find it. Matthew goes, Sam Raimi's Darkman is getting a new 4K release from Screen Factory. That is cool. I like Sam Raimi. Julissa found the duck. Bernadette found the duck. Pekka is up early. It's 6:15 a.m. Wow. Yes, he is, Cheryl. No, I'm just kidding. Snake and doggies, there's a skeleton duck behind me somewhere. Brianna, what is up? Somewhere in the background. Tinkle Tits! Hearts for Tinkle Tits, guys! Thanks for the super chat. Nerd Report goes, don't throw me under the bus. I drank some of the coffee. I was saying I didn't get any of the coffee. That's why I was saying I had to find it. Hearts for Tinkle Tits, guys. Thanks for the support. All right, guys, I'm going to get into my first article of the evening. And this one's from Mamma Mia. It's a great name for a site. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. And by the way, with this ad for Black Friday, you can get And no, I don't look at digital DJ tips. Though sometimes I watch his videos on YouTube, so that might be why it popped up here. This is like, we asked for your ghost stories, and wow, you delivered. Here are 4 of the creepiest. And this is a recent article. Ghost stories give me the heebie-jeebies, and yet I can't look away. You too? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't know why I enjoy having the shizzles scared out of me, but the spookier the better, right? And you know what's better than some urban legend told around a campfire? Jokes. I don't camp. Now that is scary. A frightening story that comes direct from the person it happened to. I'm talking about real life ghost stories, and when the host of the Out Loud podcast puts the call out to you, the listeners, to share your own creepy yarns, you did not reject the call. And wow, guys, just wow. You've had some terrifying things happen to you, or at the very least, you've been decidedly paranormal adjacent. Here are some of the best stories that spilled into our DMs and inboxes and have definitely kept us up at night. When we went to bed at night, the banging would start. When I was at Kent University in the UK in the early 90s, I lived on a street called Martyrsfield Road, so called to remember the Canterbury martyrs, who were 16th century English Protestant martyrs executed for heresy by burning. I lived in 2 different shared houses on the road over 2 years and experienced ghosts in both houses. First house, every time we all went into our own bedrooms at night, the banging would start. We'd all come out of our rooms and ask who was doing it. Everyone denied it. In the morning, we'd go downstairs and things would have moved in the kitchen and lounge. Second house. When we weren't in the house, the TV would come on. We'd return to see the TV on, and it was always set on channel 13. We'd turn it off. When we turn it on again, channel 13 was no longer tuned in and it just showed white noise. It definitely freaked us out, although as late teens, early 20s, we tended to dismiss it. However, in the end, in both cases, we asked local vicars to pray for our house to remove the spirits, and it worked. After that, they didn't return. I don't know if I believe in ghosts. I'd say not if you ask, but I can't explain these phenomena. Natasha. That's all it gives. It doesn't say who it came from. Just make sure you don't bang back. Or knock back, I should say, not bang back. That didn't sound right. There was a child running around his bed. My partner's ghost story is honestly one of the best ones I've ever heard and gives me the chills every time I remember it. And while I'm not a believer in ghosts, I truly believe this story to be true, as my partner is not at all dramatic or the type of person to make up a story like this for the fun of it. My partner's is a cochlear implant wearer and always takes his implant off at night to sleep. Without his cochlear, he has absolutely no hearing but can feel vibrations in the air and objects around him very well. For example, without his cochlear, he can feel the vibration of someone walking down the hallway and often knows who it is before he sees them from the feel of the vibration. Anyway, one night when he was a teenager, he woke in the middle of the night to the vibration of a child running around his bed. For a second, he thought it was his younger brother or sister, but then he realized the footstep vibrations were going entirely around the bed, even though his bedboard was flat against the bedroom wall, meaning the footsteps were going through the wall on one side and coming back in on the other side. He was too terrified by the realization to open his eyes and stayed as still as he could till they stopped, just as if it was starting to get light outside. Rosie. Cockler. Wait. Chameleon UK says cock. It's pronounced so it's nah, really? I always thought it was I'm not gonna even try. I'm gonna butcher it some more. My sister, my dad, and I saw the same figure in the mirror. My grandmother's house was incredibly haunted. She lived in a little farmhouse that she and my grandfather purchased together right after they got married in the 50s. Her entire adult life until she was put in assisted living for dementia. She and my grandfather raised all five of their kids, including my dad, in that house on Long Island, New York. Growing up, there was an understanding that the house was creepy, but especially the upstairs hallway. There was a mirror at the end of the hallway, and every single time I walked down the hallway, which was thousands of times, I always got the feeling that someone was going to be looking back at me in that mirror. When I was about 10, around 2004, my parents had gotten divorced 2 years prior. My dad was living at my grandma's. My sister and I spent weekends there with them. My grandma had a piano in the formal living room with a long mirror above the piano spanning the width of the instrument. I looked up to read notes on the piano and I saw a figure standing in the middle of the room in the mirror. This was 5 p.m. in winter, so it was getting dark, but I was totally lucid, and even though I was only 10, I know what I saw. The man was tall, wearing overalls and a hat, and he had a very sharp and narrow jaw. Later that night, I told my two older sisters in this story in the privacy of our shared bedroom, and my sister told me, I've seen the same man. I saw him standing at the bottom of the staircase holding a pew pew, a huge pew pew. We then filled in details about the man that we saw. She brought up the narrow jaw before I did. She also used to have dreams that the closet door next to her bed, the same bed my dad slept in as a kid, would open up and she would walk down into hell. We told her dad these stories over the years, and he would always tell us not to worry and reassure us that we were safe. Years later, when we were older, he told us his ghost stories. Turns out he used to have the exact same dream that my sister did about the closet door. On another occasion, he got a horrible sunburn on his back and was lying face down on the bed in the middle of the day to rest when all of a sudden he felt what he described as a rolling pin going up and down his back. He shot up thinking it was one of his siblings playing a prank on him, but no one was there. My sister lived with my grandmother in that house during her final years before she moved into assisted living, and for a little while by herself after grandma moved out. She had a friend over one night. I was sleeping over as well, who was sleeping on the couch, and all of a sudden a light started flickering on and off in a 1, 2, 3 kind of fashion, almost like Morse code. The friend took out her phone to record it and had a 58-second video to show us the next morning. When the friend got up to check on the light, the switch was turned off. When we went to watch the video, we saw the light starting to flicker, but then the video stopped. It just didn't play after 3 or so seconds. She never had this issue with her phone before. We tried sending it to our phones and it did the same thing. The house sold in 2017, but the buyers quickly put it back on the market. Grace. Kelly, what is up? Stephanie goes, this is why I don't have mirrors in front of my bed in my room. Wendy goes, cochlear implant. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. D Nice goes, never having my bed face the mirror again. And thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome, Paris, Michelle, Mad Scientist, Conspiracy, and Trisha to the Wolf Pack. You were all gifted a membership by Anne. Hearts for Anne, guys. I saw a large figure standing in the doorway. We had a house built in a new housing development area 20 odd years ago. Now, I have always considered myself to be a rational thinker with the belief that there's perfectly reasonable explanation for everything that may seem a bit out of the ordinary. But after a year or so in the new home, I started to experience things. A tap on the shoulder whilst sleeping, the cold rush of air that came out of nowhere and didn't make sense. And on more than one occasion, I'd look up and see the shadow of a large manly figure in the bedroom doorway, broad shouldered with a large head. Of course, I brushed this off as a weird lighting or imagination, as you would. Just common sense, right? I didn't mention it to my husband or my 3 children. I didn't want to freak anybody out. Sometime later, my teenage daughter, is also very practical, mentioned a shadow in her doorway. It matched the same description. It was brought up at the family dinner table, and my youngest son, probably around 14 or 15 at the time, said that on a few occasions, as he'd gone downstairs early morning to meet his mates for a surf, he imagined he'd seen the silhouette of a large German Shepherd dog at the bottom of the stairs, and on one occasion, a very large man standing next to it. Fast forward a few years, no more sightings of the man or his dog, and a new friend popped over for a coffee. She proceeded to tell me that this housing estate was built on an old farming land and that many years earlier her car had broken down on the main road just nearby. Being a long way from town and needing a landline to call for help, she climbed under a fence and up the hill to the only dwelling in sight, a rundown old farmhouse. She said a huge German man with 2 German shepherds answered the door and let her use the phone. I'm still not open to clairvoyance, but definitely will not brush off other people's experiences with ghosts like I used to. Do you have a ghost story? Guys, what did you think of those ghost stories? They were simple ones. Stephanie goes, "Now I don't wanna go to bed." Fuzz goes, "Awesome." Matthew goes, "Nice and from Google." Ka clear. I still couldn't say I gotta hear someone, um, I gotta hear someone say it. I have to hear someone say it, and then I can, because I'm gonna keep butchering. Jen, what's up? That is super cool. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, Jen. Joanne goes, co-clear? 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 I'm gonna still try to pronounce it. Co-clear? Daniel goes, it's 20. Whoa, that's cold. It's actually cold here. I mean, not as cold as you, Daniel, but that's cold. I think we're like in the we're warm compared to you. We're 56, but that's cold for us down here. Tyrana goes spooky. Whoa, Daniel goes 18 last night. That's cold. But I like the cold, so I don't mind. Panda Bear, what is up? Jen, thank you for the super sticker. Hearts for Jen, guys. Thank you for the support, and it's a cute corgi painting. Hearts for Jen, guys, and thank you for the support, Jen. I am doing good, Panda Bear. Yeah, Heather, whatever. We're warm down here in Southern California compared to Northern California. That's a plus, Daniel. I always like seeing the stars. But I like the cold. I like wearing hoodies, and it's actually, and beanies, and well, I wear beanies all year round, but especially when it's cold. All right, on to the next. This one's from Yahoo News. I had to make sure, because I always tend to start an article in the middle, so I had to make sure it was at the top. This one's from Yahoo News, and it's in pictures. Explore the spooky old abandoned water tower in Wakefield that's been haunted by a ghost for 400 years. In a field outside the village of Heath and 1.5 miles east of Wakefield City Center is Dam Mary Bowles Water Tower, a grade 2 listed structure. Hold on, sorry guys. Dating from the 17th century, the 5-stage square water tower was originally associated with the now demolished Heath Old Hall, according to Historic England. The water tower was erected above a natural spring and pumped fresh water via a water wheel to the hall, a once grand 16th century manor. Eventually, eventual owner and namesake Dame Mary Bowles was born Mary Whitham in Ledstone, West Yorkshire in 1579 and endured a sad and dramatic childhood. Her father died when she was 14, and a few years later, a local woman, Mary Pennell, was accused of having caused his death by witchcraft and was tried and executed for the crime. Eventually, Dame Mary married into wealth, and in 1635, King Charles the First made her baronetess, something which was completely unheard of in England at the time. During her life and after her death, there was rumors that Dame Mary is said to have dabbled in witchcraft. When she died in 1662, her will stipulated that the room in which she died should be sealed up. This was duly done and left alone for decades. When it was unsealed 50 years later, it is claimed that her ghost appeared and proceeded to haunt the surrounding heath. Ghost stories and sightings of the dam have been reported for centuries since, with local ghost hunters heading to the tower to try and get a glance of her spirit. Mystery and wonder surround the tower and Dame Mary Dam as much today as it did in the 1600s. Now only brave locals and urban explorers dare to venture inside the tower. The door to her haunted bedroom has since been preserved in the Wakefield Museum. Some high level repairs on the historic landmark tower were carried out in the 80s, but low level masonry and interior are in poor but low level masonry and interior are in poor condition. All right. The tower continues to stand strong despite being overgrown with brambles and nettles. Look through these 13 photos of Dame Mary Bowles water tower taken by popular Yorkshire urban explorer. Lost places and forgotten faces. So it goes, Mary began her life enduring a sad and dramatic childhood. Her father, a local gentleman, died when she was 14, and a few years later, a local woman was accused of causing his death through witchcraft. She eventually married into wealth, which I did say earlier, to King Charles, and made her a baronetess, a baronet, a baroness, something which was completely unheard of in England at the time. But he is king, he could do whatever he wants. Lady Bowles owned the Heath estate from 1635 until her death at the age of 80, having purchased the hall from the Kay family. She lived for a very long time at that time. To live at the age of 80 in the 1500s to the 1600s was, because a lot of people during that time, they died young. So to live till her 80s, that's amazing. Even nowadays, to live till your 80s is amazing. So this must be her room that was supposed to be sealed off. The site has since become a refuge for a variety of small animals and birds. This is a super cool building. Or tower, I should say. Guys, what do you think of this creepy tower and its story behind it? It's in a beautiful area though. And the fact that she put in her will not to open the tower, but they did anyways. Panda Bear goes, my great grandparents lived in their 90s. Wow. Heather whatever goes, a nice tower. Gene Rick, what's up? Camilla UK's just looking forward to getting home, jumping into bed, and getting a warm, cozy cat belly on my head. That's the best. Pekka would live in it. D Nice is fascinated by the history. That's a cool story. I mean, never keep it sealed because you know someone's gonna end up opening it to see why. Curiosity will always get to us. Daniel goes, we have a wooden one right out here in front of, but it was for fire pump hoses to hang and dry. Same sheet building. Oh, cool. Tim Rocket goes, hard to imagine living to 80s. I hope to live to 80s in my 80s one day. There's people living well into their hundreds, which is crazy. Daniel goes, I lived through the. D Nice goes, both my grandmothers lived to 91. Stephanie goes, my husband's grandmother is 103. Wow. That's amazing. I lost my mom. She passed away young, so I don't take. She was a ripe old age. She was young. Still had a lot of life left her. Um, so to me, being healthy, I don't take any day for granted, and I take my health very seriously. Diane goes, these stories about because of witchcraft. I agree, Diane, that was crazy, but it wasn't just women. It was anybody cuz I remember I did that article about werewolves, and they were the same thing, but they were males. So they were doing the same thing. It was anything that they thought that was attached to witchcraft was they would burn at the stake or you know whatever the punishment might have been, but that's what they did. It wasn't just women. I know that the Salem witch trials, I mean but it seems like I know what you mean, Diane, though, cuz it seems like they do mention women in witchcraft a lot, so but it wasn't just women. Jen, sorry for your loss. Tyrana goes, my great grandmother is 100. Wow. Ozzy Walks, what is up? But that's kind of how it was back then, though. So it's kind of sad. If you look the wrong way, sometimes, oh my god, that's witchcraft. So it's kind of sad that it is. It's sad that for believing in something else, like now how we have like the freedom of religion, um, back then you couldn't have it. You had to pretty much you kind of if you did believe in something, you kind of and it was one of those controversial kind of like witchcraft or something, then you would kind of have to keep it to yourself. Back then. Even now there's a little bit of a stigmatism with it, but D Nice goes, "Dude, it's witchcraft. We have people living to what, 109?" True, true. What? I didn't put I thought I said sorry to hear that, Daniel. Seti goes, "I think my grandmother's in her 90s." Heather Whatever goes, "Plus they said hysteria thing in later years, but now I hear some physical things in the water in Salem or something like that." Hmm. And then I lost my dad, of course, to Parkinson's. So to make it to 80, considering what has happened with my family, would be wonderful. And then especially back then too, they didn't have, like, antibiotics and all that like we have now. So, if you had a wound, you would have died from that wound. So I know I will, Jen. And then I felt like too that time wasn't as clean, even wasn't as clean as we are now, like with a wound or with anything. Melissa, what's up? Which was super. And then of course they had like the sicknesses like kind of like the big C like we had, they had sicknesses like that too as well back then. Melissa, I just made your day. That's super awesome. I'm glad I made your day. Just looking at things, guys. Sorry. All right, guys, we're gonna go. I'm gonna do a little different. Usually I leave like my main topic to the end. I kind of wanted to do it at the beginning, but I was waiting for people to trickle in. So we're gonna get into the 20 curse because I wanted to try something different. Wanted to try my main topic at the beginning, but I was waiting for people, like I said, to trickle in. So we'll try it now. So this one is 21 cursed items from around the world you wouldn't want anywhere near you. And this one's from Scoop Whoop, I guess is the website. And it's got stinking ads as usual. The human mind loves to unravel mysteries. That's why we listed down for you 21 objects from around the world that bring bad luck or even worse, death. The cursed mirror. Jen, thank you for your super chat. Hearts for Jen, guys. Long live Lisa. Thank you, Jen. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Fuzz is going, ooh, cursed items are cool. Heather Whatever goes, cursed ads. Yes, they are. Because sometimes they pop up and I'm trying to read. I'm like, let me read. All right, this is the cursed mirror. Myrtle's plantation in Louisiana, USA is said to be one of the most haunted places in the world. However, the most spooky item in the house is a mirror. Locals claim that the mirror is cursed and has the spirit of Sarah Woodruff and her two children who were poisoned by their slave Chloe trapped inside it. It just stops there. I felt like it cut me short. It just was like, dun dun dun, dot 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 dot. And then here's a picture of the mirror. Because I was thinking there was going to be more of a story, but there isn't. Kind of sad. I'll have to look into that mirror for the next time. I know, I agree. What a tease, Tim Rocket says. Number 2, Baker's wedding dress. Maybe they just wanted to write a little tidbit of each, but I would have put more. I would have been like, it said, like, put a little backstory. Logical Spock, what is up? Inside the Baker's mansion in Altoona, USA, is the wedding dress of Anna Baker, who fell in love with an iron worker. Legend claims that Anna eloped from her home to get married to her lover, but her father forcefully brought her back and locked her in the bedroom. She then refused to marry anyone else and spent the rest of her life alone. After her death, the members of the Baker family reported spotting Anna's wedding dress at different places around the house. Some of them even saw the spirit of Anna Baker moving around the house dressed in the same wedding dress. That is a sad story, and here is the said wedding dress, including the shoes. That's a sad story. Poor girl. Logical Spock, we're talking about the 21 cursed items from around the world that you don't want anything anywhere near you. And we just finished talking about the baker's wedding dress. It is a beautiful dress. Number 3, Annabelle doll, which kind of looks like a Raggedy Ann doll. Well, it is a Raggedy Ann doll, but the discovery of this doll dates back to the 70s when a mother bought it from an antique shop as a birthday gift for her daughter. Soon, the family noticed strange things happening inside the house related to the doll. The family then called for the help of renowned psychic investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who found that the doll possesses the spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins, who was brutally murdered. The doll is now in the Occult Museum, Connecticut. And has, how many movies does Annabelle have? 2? And has a doll from Trick or Treat Studios that looks nothing like the original doll. So, guys, do you think this Raggedy Ann doll looks more freaky, or does the movie doll look more scary? Melissa Smith goes, to be fair, not getting married is not as bad as marrying. True. But still, because she couldn't marry the love of her life, she remained alone. So that's sad. That's the sad part. D Nice goes, the movie doll is more creepier. Sadie goes, there is 4 movies. I don't know. I lost track. To be honest with you. Pekka goes, there's kind of both. I think this one looks creepier. I don't know why. Nothing wrong with the movie one, though. The movie one's scary, too. But I feel like the original is scary in its own right because it just looks like it just looks like a doll. It doesn't look like a creepy doll, but it just looks like a doll, like something you wouldn't even suspect to be haunted or cursed. In this case, by a 7-year-old. Heather whatever goes, that was like my parents' friend. She was engaged to a pilot who died in war. She stayed single and her brother moved in to protect her. Ah, that's I get their reasonings because that's the love of their life. But that's sweet of her brother. Seti goes, the movie doll is creepier. Yeah, the original is spooky. I just feel like the original just looks like a regular doll. So it's like you would never suspect it. Tyrana goes, the movie doll. The Screaming Skull. The Burton Agnes Hall in Burton Agnes, England, is home to a creepy paranormal object called the Screaming Skull. The Screaming Skull is believed to be of Catherine Ann Griffin, who died in the same house after being attacked by bullies in 1620. Every night, a terrifying ghost is seen roaming around the skull, making tremendous noise and scaring out everyone who tried to remove the skull. I feel like that one left me hanging too. Scoop whoop, right? Longer descriptions. You just left me hanging. Heather whatever likes the Raggedy Ann doll. D Nice goes, oof. That's what I feel like. It's like, okay, is there more? What the heck? Oh my god, why am I getting these weird ads to the right? Really? Like, where is that popping up from? Like, come on. I started reading that, and then when you look underneath it, it's like, oh my god, what does this have to do with the price of tea in China? It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Even this one, I mean, this one's not as bad as that one. I swear, Melissa, I have not been Google searching that. You guys can look. That is spooky. The Hand Resist Him painting by artist Bill Stoneham is probably one of the most haunted pieces of art. According to the artist, this painting is a representation of the doorway that connects our world with the world of the spirits. The owner of the painting has claimed that the characters in this picture move or disappear in the night. And I had mentioned this picture before, or painting. Actually, this is a painting on one of my previous streams. This painting is creepy looking. I wouldn't mind having it hanging though on the wall because it's creepy looking. It's a great conversation starter. But this one left me hanging too. I guess they just want to give us a tease. As well as number 6, the Englishman painting. Fascinated by the charm of the Englishman painting, Sean Robinson inherited the painting from his grandmother and decided to hang the painting on the wall of his house. Soon after that, Sean and his family started experiencing paranormal events like cracking of the doors in the middle of the night and sudden blood-curdling screams from nowhere. Sean's wife decided to investigate the origin of the paintings and found that the artist who painted the painting committed as before doing that he mixed his own blood with the paint that he used in making the painting. Learning this, the couple decided to hide the painting in the basement of their house in Cumbria. And this is the said painting as well that I had spoke of in another stream. It looks like one of the characters in the X-Files, as Matthew had said in the previous stream. Melissa's from Cumbria. That's cool. Sadi goes, the painter wanted to live forever. But just imagine having this painting, like you put this painting up and all of a sudden you hear these blood curdling screams, like in the middle of the night. Would you think it was this painting that caused it, or would you think it was something else? Not knowing the history of this painting. I mean, obviously, if you know that the history of this painting, then you would probably say, yeah. Heather whatever says put it in the bathroom so they get out of there quicker, especially the ladies' room, right? I don't know why there is always a line for the ladies' room. Always. It doesn't matter where you're at. Tim Racket goes, that image reminds me of Death Leopard's Hysteria album. Melissa Smith goes, deviant art. Diane goes, I remember these paintings. They looked haunted. Lisa Boo, what's up, Lisa Boo? Anguish and despair is depicted well in it. Matthew goes, like fame painting. I want to paint forever. But I mean, I don't particularly like this photo, but or painting, I should say, but I would hang it up. I'm assuming that's supposed to say peace. Piece of Uluru Rock. Uluru Rock is a large sandstone formation in the southern part of the Northern Territory, Australia. Also known as the Ayers Rock, this place is sacred for the Aboriginal people of the area. This is the reason they request, or rather advise, the visitors not to take anything from the site. However, many tourists smuggled home small chunks of the formation and experienced bad luck, severe illness, terrible breakups, and even death of loved ones. Note to self, do not take a rock from anywhere. D Nice, that is super true. But it's a beautiful rock formation. So I don't blame people for wanting to take a piece of it with them. But because I tend to do that too sometimes, so I gotta say note to self not to do that. Diane goes, that's like the curse from taking lava off the islands. Yes. Note to self, do not take any rocks from anywhere. Because I have a tendency to do that. I really do. Seti goes, ew, that looks like Gollum. Actually, you know what? It kind of does. Stephanie goes, I took a lot home when I went to Greece. Did you experience anything crazy or unexplained, Stephanie, when you took them home? Number 8, Letta, the gypsy doll. According to the locals of Romania, a Romanian man handcrafted a doll for his son, Letta. Unfortunately, the boy drowned while playing with the doll and his spirit got trapped inside the doll. The man then decided to give the doll to the son of one of his coworkers. The child claimed that the doll talked to him, while other successive owners reported that holding the doll or being around it caused a feeling of immense grief and makes them cry without reason. That's a cool doll, but I don't know why I when they said Letta, I gypsy doll, I don't know, I was just picturing a doll, like, porcelain doll, of course, with a beautiful face and flowing hair. So when I saw this was not what I was expecting. So that I had to pause for a minute on that one. It's a cool doll though. It's sad, sad story. Heather whatever goes, ugly doll. It's cool though. It's cool. But I wasn't expecting that face. Tyrana goes, that's a creepy face. It is. That's why I kind of froze a minute. Stephanie goes, creepy. Cedric goes, no, I wouldn't want to get near that doll. Heather whatever goes, smiling doll. Number 9, a Bulgarian phone number. There is a Bulgarian phone number +359 888 888 888, which was in use for 10 years and is now closed. The reason behind deactivating the number lies in the death of those 3 people who used it. All of the owners of this number died shortly after getting the number registered on their name. The first owner died of cancer, while the other 2 were pew-pewed down without any solid motive. Wow. All right. I do not want that phone number. Thank goodness they deactivated it. That is crazy. That is crazy. Too much of a cursed number or just a quadinky dink? But I mean, thank goodness that they saw it and they saw the pattern and they deactivated it. That's crazy. I've never heard of that, but that's crazy. The Crying Boy painting, which I've spoke about on another stream, an earlier or past stream. The painting of the Crying Boy was created by artist Giovanni Bragolin and became famous quickly. It was then mass produced and was found in many homes across Britain. However, soon many of these homes mysteriously caught fire. But the most disturbing part of the entire incident was that no matter how severe the fire was, the painting remained absolutely fine. Some regarded these fires as mere coincidences, but the undamaged paintings have not been bagged by a valid explanation till date. And this beautiful painting is cursed. They're saying there's been a fire, and the only thing that has survived is this painting. It's a beautiful painting, but I don't think, knowing its history, I don't think I want it in my house. Seti goes, it's too realistic. It is. It's funny, they didn't say like the backstory of this painting. See, they don't give you like a good backstory. They kind of just give you a tease. I think the backstory, if I remember correctly, I want to say they're saying that the child in the photo passed away in a fire, if I'm not mistaken. Melissa goes, old dolls and toys seem so creepy to me. Do you think in 100 years the backyardigans will seem scary? Well, I mean, if the toys in 100 years, yes. The toys will. The dolls? Melissa Smith goes, he's such a handsome boy. Heather, whatever, too sad for my house, even if not haunted. Sadie goes, such a beautiful boy, but wow. Number 11, Robert the doll. I've spoke about Robert the doll before. Robert Otto was gifted a look-alike doll by one of his servants who apparently hated the family. Neighbors of Robert used to hear him having a conversation with the doll. After his death, the couple bought the house, and their 8-year-old daughter found the doll in the attic. The little girl often claimed that the doll was trying to you, do her evil, bad. The doll is now on display in a museum in Key West and is still believed to curse people. And they said a lot of people have, because they tell you have to ask permission to take his picture. So, of course, people are going to be like, they're just going to take his picture anyways. And there's people that have gone on saying that because from the time that they had done that, they have experienced bad luck. And a woman even came, because I saw a program about it. A woman came back and she was like, I'm so sorry that I did not ask you for permission. And she was saying, that I'm hoping if I apologize that this bad luck will disappear. Thank you, Pekka! Sonny goes, I don't need a picture of that ugly doll. He's just old. He's been around for a while. He's a cool doll, though. I think he's a cool doll. I don't know why. Heather, whatever goes, that does look like an antique doll. Number 12, the Hope Diamond. Another curse object that might be kept away from human reach is the Hope Diamond. This famous jewel is of an unusually large size with a soothing blue shade and is worth 250 million. However, the diamond is believed to be cursed since the 17th century and brings great misfortune and misery to its wearer. Folklore states that a French merchant plucked the gem from one of the eyes of a Hindu idol in 1653, and ever since then, whomever owns this 115 karat blue diamond opens the door for bad luck. Ooh, I like that story. I like that story. Now that was a story that didn't leave me hanging. I felt fulfilled with that one. Melissa Smith goes, he looks like something Stanley Kubrick would make. D Nice goes, that doll has been through things. D Nice liked the Hope Diamond story too. Thank you, Pekka, for dropping by. Appreciate it. Sadi, that's what I was thinking. It looks like the Titanic diamond. Diane goes, the same thing. That's what I was thinking. I go, wasn't it called the Hope Diamond too? Tim Rocket goes, would be great jewelry for Morticia or Lily. Yes, they would love it. Melissa goes, Lisa deserves a non-haunted diamond necklace. Thank you, Melissa. Haunted 150 million diamond necklace. I think she did, Heather whatever. Heather whatever's asking, didn't Elizabeth Taylor have a famous diamond? I think she did, if I wasn't. I think she did. Matthew Coburn goes, there were plenty of room for him to be on it with you, Rose. I love that's like the ongoing meme with Titanic. Lucky number 13, Thomas Busby's chair. Popular known as Busby's stoop chair, the wooden furniture is cursed by the spirit of Thomas Busby, who was known to ruthlessly, before getting hanged for his crimes, he requested to have a meal in his favorite local pub. Upon finishing his meal, he stood and said, "May sudden death come to anyone who dares sits on my chair." And ever since then, 63 people who've dared to sit on the chair met untimely and terrifying deaths. Later, the owner of the pub donated the chair to the Thirsk Museum, UK, and it is still there, hung 1.5 meters off the ground to prevent any further deaths. Would you guys dare to sit in this chair? I don't think I would not dare to sit in that chair. And it has a pretty decent rap sheet too, 63 people. Thank you, Lisa Boo, for dropping by. Stephanie's like, hell no. Look at it. It just looks like a normal rock. It looks like that doesn't even look like a chair that would be in a pub. That looks like a chair that you would have pushed up with your dining room table. But maybe that pub had some cool chairs. I don't see this as a pub chair. I don't know why. Tyrana was like, nope. Seti goes, I wouldn't sit on that thing for all the money in the world. I wouldn't sit on it either. Diane goes, looks like the chair I'm in now. That's what I'm saying. It looks like a regular. I used to have a desk chair that when I was younger that looked like that. D Nice, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome, Jackie Ripper, Linda, Kit, Court Press 87, Laura Lee. To the Wolf Pack, you are all gifted a membership by D Nice. Hearts for D Nice and the new Wolf Pack members. Thank you, D Nice. You're awesome. Stephanie was like, only if I was old and ready to die. But even then, no. Jen, what's up? Daniel goes, I acquired a chair from the 20s. 3 backweaved panel, looks like a steampunked king's chair. That sounds cool, actually. And for those who were gifted memberships tonight, they are good for 1 month. Heather Rutter goes, looks like Revolutionary War furniture. Diane goes, it's early American decor. Melissa goes, I have an antique lion chair that was given to my grandma. Everyone is scared of it. Wow. Depending on how it looked, Melissa. It sounds cool, though. Well, I agree with Heather, whatever. It sounds cool. Number 14, Elmo knows your name. I've heard of this one too. Elmo, the popular Sesame Street character, had a doll version of it launched who was programmed to memorize his owner's name. A young boy, James Bauman, was a big fan of Elmo, so his mother decided to gift him one on his 10th birthday. However, a few days later, the Elmo doll began to chant continuously. This made his mom throw away the accursed toy. After a couple of years, other such incidents came into light regarding the Elmo doll. Well, look at him. He looks so innocent. What's wrong with the little Elmo? I like Elmo too. He looks cute. But this Elmo went away. Number 15, the woman from Leb statue. The woman from Lem was found in Cyprus in 1878 and is an eye-catching artifact carved from limestone. The statue is said to have been owned by 4 different families, each of them dying within a few years of obtaining the artifact. Terrified by the deadly history of the statue, the only surviving member of the last family donated the statue to the Royal Scottish Museum in Edinburgh, Scotland. However, things didn't stop there. The museum curator who handled the statue was mysteriously murdered after a few days. That I was thinking it was this elaborate statue. This looks like a I don't know what that looks like. Oh, Diane, I noticed that the band-aid on Elmo. I don't know. This statue does not look like something Indiana Jones would go after and say it belongs in a museum. Jen goes, Elmo got tired of being tickled. So he goes, looks like a mean rabbit with a sledgehammer head. Diane goes, it looks like a fertility charm. Kind of, yeah. Matthew goes, sculpture from Beetlejuice. D Nice goes, it belongs 100 stories underground. Tyranna goes, weird statue. Well, I mean, I don't think it would, but Heather whatever goes, I can't say anything good there. Aaron Cooper goes weird. Yeah, it kind of looks like that, Daniel. Tim Brackett goes, where did the batteries go? All our minds are in the gutter. All right, the next one, the Bassano vase. Another cursed object that must not be touched is the Bassano vase that was made in the 15th century by an Italian maiden on her wedding night as a gift for her groom. Locals say that she was found murdered with the vase in her hand that very night. The vase was then passed on from families to families, each claiming unfortunate deaths of loved ones. In 1988, it was offered to multiple museums, but all of them refused to take it because of the curse on it. Where exactly is it now remains unclear, but some say that it is buried in a lead coffin at an inaccessible place. I mean, I don't, yeah, I don't think I would want that. D Nice goes, that's a freaking urn. Heather whatever goes, Dollar Tree vase collection. Jen will not touch that. I won't either. No, I think it's a reflection, maybe? Maybe it had a shiny surface. I don't know. D Nice goes, whose ashes are in there? I Need to Fish says it looks like a heart. It kind of does. Heather whatever goes, I found a necklace like that silver, looked like from South America. I ditched it. It was wrong somehow. Maybe it was good that you ditched it, Heather whatever. That way you didn't bring anything with you. Number 17, the Dybbuk box. The Dybbuk box came to light in 2001 when Kevin Mannis purchased a wine cabinet and started having terrible nightmares. He then decided to gift the cabinet to his mother, who suffered a stroke the very day she received it. Not just this, every person who ever owned that wine cabinet has reported experiencing horrible events. The last owner of the cabinet, Jason Haxton, found out that the box possesses the spirit of a malicious Jewish creature called Dybbuk, who has the ability to haunt and possess the living, which is now at the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. I Need to Fish goes, everything that glitters ain't gold. Heather whatever goes, it gave me the creeps. I think it would give me the creeps too if I found something like that. Jen goes, some shiny things aren't good. D Nice goes, it's the fertility vase of the underbelly tribe, Mean Girls. Tim Rocket, I see a woman standing in a cave. Heather whatever goes, oh nice, give it to your mom. Seti goes, oh wow, that is horrible. Aaron Cooper goes, creepy. I Need the Fish is like, oi. Melissa, I moved 2 years ago and just realized I don't know where my dad's ashes are. There are 100 boxes in my basement, but I know I moved his ashes myself. I didn't want to have the movers do it. Oh no, Melissa, I hope you find them. Stephanie goes, and with that, I'm heading to bed. Creepy. I know, Heather, whatever. I wouldn't have given it if an item gave me nightmares, I wouldn't have given it to my mom. At all. The Iceman. The mummy of Otzi, aka the Iceman, was found in 1991 in the Otzal Alps of Italy. It is believed that the Iceman belonged to 3000 BCE, and his body was preserved because of the glacier that surrounded him after he died. However, soon after his discovery, people who were involved with his discovery began to die due to violent accidents. Forensics pathologist Rainier Hen died in a horrific car accident. Mountaineer Kurt Fritz died in an avalanche, and hiker Helmut Simon died after falling off from a dangerous hidden path. People believe that the discovery of Iceman is a curse and has the power to destroy mankind. Ooh, he is freaky looking. I wasn't expecting it to look like that. Holy crap. Chris Barber, what's up? Heather Reddiff goes, I never heard that. Me neither. I've never heard of this one, but this one he looks petrified, Diane says. City goes, it looks like the skin is still on it. Tyranna goes, very creepy. Jen goes, I guess the man has the touch. Heather whatever goes, mummified. Chris, that's okay. I'm glad you're able to make it. Julissa goes, looks mummified. Bernadette goes, why do I want barbecue right now? Chris Barber goes, is that the Iceman? Yes, it is. Chris has heard of the Iceman. I have never heard of the Iceman. Daniel goes, looks like a barbecue glaze on it. Trying to just remember that it's not a person. Diane's asking, is that an arm under his chin? I think it is. Chris Barber, I watch a lot of National Geographic. I have never heard of the Iceman. That explains it, Chris. Jen goes, I have Ice Baby playing in my head. Daniel goes, it looks like teriyaki. You guys are so terrible. Tim Rocket goes, what was he reaching for or pointing to? Or maybe that's how he was like in the area, like he was in a, kind of a tight area when he ended up in his predicament. D Nice goes, and that is why Grayson Report is vegetarian. Exactly. No, I'm just kidding. That he is creepy looking. I don't know if I would ever want to come face to face with this one. Maybe if he was in a glass cabinet, but I don't think I ever would want to carry this. Just imagine the people that found him and had to carry him. Chris, they forgot to butter the turkey. Heather, whatever goes, I just watched Elgar Sanction last night. I think it was in the Alps, maybe? I think that's what they said this guy was from. Yeah, the Alps. Number 19, since Daniel noticed the Terracotta Army. Terracotta Army in Shanix. Shanxi? I want to say it's like Shanxi. Because their X is like a Shan or Shanzi. China is a unique 2,200 pieces of funerary art, which are regarded as one of the most massive archaeological discoveries of modern times. However, it is nothing but a bearer of bad luck for all those 7 farmers who discovered it in 1974. Soon after the discovery, the farmland was claimed by the government and their homes were demolished to make way for expedition halls and gift shops. Whoa! Holy crap, that is weird. That's actually kind of cool, but I don't think I would want to see it considering they said bad luck for the people that discovered it. Daniel goes, that's badass. It is. Look at, there's even like horse statues too. It looks like horses. or mule could be mules or cows. That is crazy. I mean, there's people looking at it. Look at it. There's people on the side, so I guess it's not that bad. Diane goes, bad luck because they lost their land and homes. Daniel goes, they are detailed in there also. They are very detailed. Matthew goes, the Mummy 3 Dragon Emperor. Julissa goes, that is so cool. I've seen a documentary about them. Seti goes, yes, there are horses and men. Daniel goes, the statue is truly looks like they're frozen in time. Yes, they do. Except for this guy, he sadly lost his head. The guy in front here. But yeah, it looks like they're off. They're prepared for battle. Melissa goes, this is a tribute to all my exes. Yeah, that looks like the only one missing its head. Well, I don't know because I can't see down further. But that's actually pretty cool. But apparently, it's obviously a tourist attraction now because there's people on the side in this photo. Number 20, the Belcourt Castle chairs. This former summer cottage in Rhode Island has a ballroom where you will find haunted chairs. Visitors have reported feeling chills racing up and down their spine while standing near the chairs or have felt a strange sensation of energy around them. Others have reportedly been pushed down from the chairs by an unseen force. I like those chairs. Don't you dare touch it. They will not like it. Okay, I guess there's only 20, but the title said 21. D Nice goes, seriously, you all make this community awesome. Thank you for being here. Yes, thank you guys for being here. You all are awesome. As D Nice has said. Heather whatever goes, pretty room. It is a pretty room. Jen goes, get off my chair, shove. Sunny goes, I think these chairs are from Ghost Stories. Heather whatever goes, King Charles sitting room. Daniel Miles goes with the that's so cool. Melissa Smith goes, Grayson version, girls in white dresses with blue satin ashes. Daniel goes, I could sit in one of those chairs and just stare at the walls for hours. Same here. There's like so much in that room to look at. So much. And then it looks like there's books too. No, I do not see a phone. I do see a clock, like a tablecloth, but I don't see a phone. Heather whatever goes, I would sneak my phone in there. Oh, yeah, it was my phone. My phone's been going off like crazy. But not ringing, it's like notifications. Which usually it doesn't, but tonight it is for some odd reason, so I'm like Daniel, it kind of does. Heather whatever goes, the ghost makes you sit down and then brings out the slides from their vacation. Chris Barber goes, love that fireplace. It is a beautiful fireplace. It is. The whole room is beautiful. There's something to look everywhere in that room. Jen goes, not the vacation pics. It's a beautiful room, a beautiful kind of like living room. But it's also roped off, so I'm sure they don't want anybody sitting on it. Diane goes, white fireplaces is not practical. True, they probably don't use it. Well, I mean, you could kind of see that they did use it because look at the char. There's kind of like there is kind of like a brown, like a black above the fireplace here, and on the little ledge before the white. Daniel goes, it's marble. Matthew goes, never go into the plastic covered seat room or granite. Hard to tell from here. You'd have to kind of. Tyranna goes, looks nice. right, guys, I'm gonna open it up to questions. Guys, have any questions you'd like to ask? Chameleon has made it home. That is the best feeling. Diane goes, I need a rug like that. Chris Berger goes, where's the TV? Jen, I think even the younger crowd knows never to go into a room with plastic covering. That is the best feeling when you get home from work and you can relax. Heather, whatever goes, put your feet on the couch. Take that, ghost. D Nice goes, you need to make some sort of playlist on Spotify or something related to all the streams because I feel like we end up singing in the chats every stream. Daniel goes, we had the plastic covers when I was a kid. I know we do. There's some sort of song that pops up. Heather, whatever goes, the Grayson soundtracks. So he goes, The Haunting, the movie has so many elaborate sculptures in that big fireplace. D Nice goes, those freaking plastic covers, I hate them. I think I went into a house that had, I never grew up with the plastic covers, but I think I went into a house that had the plastic covers. And you just knew not to go in there. I don't know. It's like an unspoken thing. You just knew not to go in there. Shiloh Toto! Glad you're able to make it, even if it is toward the end. D Nice goes, my relative have them. Seti goes, my phone notifications sound like here. They're not. They're like musical chimes, though. They're not though, but they're kind of similar. Chameleon goes, did you have a plastic cover on your mouth? No, I didn't. Panda Bear goes, my grandmother had the plastic covers in her house. Chris Berg goes, a friend of mine had 2 living rooms and one had plastic covers. You guys, any questions? Keep them coming if you have any. Tyrana goes, my aunt had plastic covers. Thank you, Heather Whatever, for your PayPal. Good show. Hearts for Heather Whatever, guys. D Nice goes, it's cooler weather now. When is your next hike? I don't know. It's when I have time. I just haven't had time, and then work, my 9 to 5 has been working me ragged, so I've been tired lately. So I've kind of been keeping it to home workouts and walking around the neighborhood, but I've been itching to go. So soon, I hope. Jen was going, "What was the best part of my day?" Um, Getting off of work. That and then, chatting it up with and hanging out with you guys. Julissa goes, "My parents had a friend with plastic covered couches in the '70s, not fun sitting on 'em." D Nice goes, "You need to go to places where drones are allowed. Do you have a drone?" No, I don't have a drone. Plus 2, I would have to learn how to fly one because 'cause I've never flown a drone. Said he goes, "I use plastic covers because I didn't want my boys to mess up my light pink couches." Well, yeah, I mean, they serve their purpose. But when you have to sit on them and you stick to them, especially if you're wearing shorts or something and it's kinda warm, that's the thing that sucks. But they serve their purpose. Jen goes, "Those covers were peel and stick." Diane does not mind couch covers. I mean, now the couch covers that they have are like cloth. You could get cloth couch ones. Keep the questions coming, guys. Chris goes, "I use couch covers because I have a dog that likes to lick the couch." Well, I mean, yeah, that's technically kind of what how they advertise the couch covers now. It's for pet fur if you have a dog or anything. D Dice is going, "How am I weird? I just am." Said he goes, "I will watch anything you put up." Thank you. Appreciate that. D Nice says, "Going anywhere awesome for Christmas?" No, I don't have any plans as yet, but you never know. D Nice is asking, "Where are you going for New Year's Eve?" I think we might be going to a rave. Another one. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. D Nice has asked if I mixed today. No, I haven't. I have not been mixing. I think the last time I mixed was a week, 2 weeks ago. I need to practice. I need to find time. Like I said, my 9 to 5 keeps me busy, but I do need to practice. Chameleon UK goes, "I'll be working Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve." I usually I think we're closed on Christmas, so I don't get to, and I don't work Christmas Eve this year or New Year's Eve. I'm probably gonna take take the day off for New Year's. Just don't tell anybody. D Nice goes, can you remind Lewis to mix? Melissa, thank you for the super chat. Nirvana mix. Hearts for Melissa, guys. Thank you. I can be nice, but he probably mixed already. D Nice goes, did I update my wish list? I kind of went in there and kind of removed some things. Because some things, go out of fashion, but I'll probably go in there and update it later today. Thank you, Tyrana. Thank you for the great stream tonight. Thank you, Tyrana. I appreciate that. So anybody participate in any Black Friday sales? Or did you guys actually go shopping? I'm kind of an online shopper and browser, so I tend to do that. D Nice is asking, when was the last time you saw orbs on your camera? I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Jen goes, what's on the agenda for tomorrow? I'm probably gonna relax. It's my day off, so I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna try to relax, try to get some things done. Pick up, clean a little bit. Nothing much planned for tomorrow. All I know is I don't have to work. Matthew goes, couldn't do Black Friday as always, need something high price, taking away from any Black Friday deals, had to get a fridge instead of anything else. Ah! Hopefully you got a good deal on that fridge though, Matthew. Heather whatever goes, good, you need to relax. Jen goes, two of my dogs are playing Battleship Bed with me tonight. Ah. D Nice goes, on days you don't work, how late do you sleep in? I value my sleep, so that's when I catch up on my sleep, because during the week I don't sleep very well. So I try to catch up on my sleep on my days off, so I sleep until 11, 10 or 11. But then I stay up late too, cuz I'm a night owl, yet I'm an early riser, if that makes any sense. Like my body clock is an early riser because of work, but I'm a night owl, if that. And guys, just a quick reminder, if you guys have a spooky, unexplained UFO story you would like to share, email me at graysonreport13@gmail.com and I may share it on my next stream. D Nice, I have yours. I'm going to share it on my Monday stream. Any last minute questions, guys? Before we head over to Nerd Report Daily, Chameleon, thank you for your super chat. My cat thinks you are a cat with your ears. I'm glad your cat thinks I'm a cat. Hearts for Chameleon, guys. Julissa goes, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Julissa. Trying to see if they went on yet. Tyranna! Any last minute questions, guys? Before we head over to Nerd Report Daily, they haven't started yet. Oh, it looks like they started. Still not showing that they started. I'm guessing they did because it's. All right, it looks like they're starting. So, guys, you should be redirected to Nerd Report Daily once I end this stream, but just in case, here's the link. Head over to Nerd Report Daily. Check out Bernadette and Brandon do their thing. Hang out for a bit, show them some love. Thank you for joining me. Oh, I forgot about the Skeleduck before I go. But here's the link just in case you're not redirected to Nerd Report Daily. The Skeleduck is right there, guys. For you, for those who did not see it, it is right there. It is by my Ouija board. But guys, thank you for joining me on this Saturday night stream of Grayson Report. I will see you on the next one, which will be Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay spooky, guys. Good night. And remember to head over to Nerd Report Daily. Once this stream ends, it should automatically redirect you. But just in case it doesn't, the link is in the chat. I'll see you on the next one. Good night, guys, and thank you.